Watson here, and for this interview, you will be learning about the backgrounds and appearances of the characters in LEGO Spider-Man the series. Some characters are drastically changed, while some not so much. So while learning about some of Spidey's friends and foes, keep in mind that this isn't the only characters to appear in the show. So here are the characters of LEGO Spider-Man the series. First off is Peter Parker. Peter is actually Spider-Man and works at the Daily Bugle, where he is paid to take pictures of himself. Whenever his Uncle Ben died, he learned that with great power comes great responsibility, and using these words, used his powers inherited from a genetically altered super spider, became Spider-Man. Next is, well, Spider-Man. Basically, you just heard about him. The public, but especially his own boss, J. Jonah Jameson, considers him a menace. Man-Spider is a terribly altered Spider-Man. From a disease he also inherited with the same spider bite that gave him his powers. Man-Spider is basically just a grotesque, stronger, faster, and definitely taller version of Spider-Man. Man-Spider is considered a threat to everyone, having no control over his own actions. Peter's Aunt May, who helped raise him since he was young, serves as a rock to lean on in this series. She has major financing problems, and Peter gladly moves in with her in the beginning of the series. Harry and Norman Osborn serve as Peter's friends turned foes of the series. Harry was Peter's best friend since they started school, and his father Norman, who owns Oscorp Industries, barely meets Peter before they become enemies. In a freak accident, Norman becomes the menacing Green Goblin, while his son later on becomes the New Goblin. The two wreak havoc upon New York City countless times just to destroy Peter. Mary Jane is Peter's first real girlfriend. While Mary Jane repeatedly switches between Peter and Harry throughout the series, she secretly adores Peter the whole time. Captain George Stacy will serve as a main supporting character, helping Spider-Man and even Peter Parker in their time of need. George has a beautiful daughter named Gwen, whom becomes great friends with Peter. Dr. Kurt Connors is Peter's lab teacher, as well as one of his greatest enemies when Dr. Connors becomes the Vile Lizard. Although Connors has no control over his lizard side, he does give Peter a hard time and time again. He serves as another of Peter's friends. J. Jonah Jameson is Peter's boss at the Daily Bugle throughout the show, who sees Spidey as a terrible menace to society and belongs behind bars just like any criminal. He has a low tolerance with lies. He does have respect for Spider-Man, but never admits it. He has no idea of Peter's double life. Now that you've learned about some of Peter's friends, learn about his rogues. Herman Schultz and his henchman Rob started out as two small-time crooks, only to steal valuable technology from a major company and get souped-up tech from it. Herman used 2 vibro-shock gloves and became the Shocker. Dr. Otto Octavius was a brilliant scientist when 4 of his smart arms used to help him in dangerous experiments fused to his spinal cord, leaving the doctor a monster in the eyes of the world. He used his new forearms, referred to as tentacles, to become the mad scientist Dr. Octopus, or Doc Ock for short. Quentin Beck was a very successful special effects artist for Hollywood, but apparently his boss didn't see it that way and fired him. Now, using his vast array of special effects wisdom, he has put it to terrible use and become the supervillain Mysterio, the master of illusion. Eddie Brock was a small-time reporter, barely making enough money to sustain himself. Then one day, a substance that had grafted itself to Spider-Man, giving him amazingly new powers and a new suit, bonded itself to Brock to make the monstrous Venom. Venom learned all of Spider-Man's and Peter Parker's secrets, becoming one of his deadliest enemies. Matt Gargan, a worker at the industrialist company Biotech, was in a lab accident which horribly disfigured him, burning off most of his flesh. He broke into Dr. Otto Octavius' old lab and stole his prototype smart arms and connected one of them to his back. Donning a new suit and mask to hide his face, Mac became the Scorpion, killing anybody who tried to stop him. Well, that's it for this interview, so until next time, this is LEGO Spider-Man the series creator Grant Watson here, wishing you had a great time. November 26th, be there.